Hello and welcome to Symptropy. This is Chaotique, and today we will be doing a house build I called, unfortunately, I called it Stone Fringe, which is a terrible name, but I was really tired by the time I got done building this house. It came at the end of pretty much a full day of playing The Sims on my day off. I was just building it for a couple of Sims in my family that I was moving out to actually play separately to the core family. And yeah, so by the time I finished the build, it was pretty late at night and I was a little tired. So yeah, it ended up with that name. The outside of this house, I'm not thrilled with, like the front facade, but the downstairs on the inside, I absolutely love. So yeah. Anyway, I spent a lot of time on the roof, and I finally got to this little slopey bit, which I actually do really like. It's my favorite part of the outside. I wanted something interesting because the Sims that I'm moving into this house are interesting Sims. So I wanted a house that reflected their unique nature. And I think I got it. Actually, I'm not sure I got it at all. I'm not sure it really fits their personality because kind of once I start building, I sometimes lose track of what I'm building for, and I just do what looks awesome instead. And I end up with these houses that don't necessarily fit the Sims I was building them for. But that's okay. It works out in the end. This was just me trying to get a foundation so I could put that edge around. I use that edging a lot on roofs, and to do that you have to put a floor on top. So that's what that was. And then here I'm just trying to find the door, and of course that's the wrong size for any of the 2-tile doors because it's a 3-tile spot, so I had to go with that door, and I think it's okay. Using that new little awning. And then going back to the old awning. I'm not extremely happy with the front of this house. The rest of it I like a lot better than the front. I like those windows where they are, but there needs to be something else. And actually at one point I almost put in those chrome bars that I use for everything. But then I realized that since I was going to put this on the channel, maybe I would avoid those chrome bars again. Even though you're actually never seeing the second time I used them, which was in my art gallery build, which you may recall was supposed to be the second video, and I haven't posted a video in ages, and that's because YouTube will not render that video properly no matter what I do. No matter how I process it, it renders it to YouTube terribly. I have tried everything I know. I have tried tips and tricks I have found on the interwebs and asked people who, you know, do YouTube what they do, and yeah, it's just not going to work. So that's why you're getting this build as the second video instead, which is a shame because I love that video. What I think is happening is because it's a basement build for the most part, the colors are dark and it's causing it to render in less quality when it uploads. I don't know exactly how YouTube renders things and if that could even be a thing, but it seems to be the only thing that makes sense to me. So on the front there, the little fences that I used on the porch, I actually didn't even know existed, and I think they are awesome. I love the little green at the end of those fences. That is super cool. All right, so that is basically how the house shapes up. I moved it over to center it to that little walkway, but it turns out that this is not even oriented correctly on this lot. So if you place it in your game, you may want to turn it so that the Sims aren't walking into the side of the lot all the time. I find it a little strange that there's that walkway out to the road there, and that's not the front of the lot. That seems like a mistake, maybe? I don't know. I have faith. I have faith in the givers that it's not, but it seems a little counterintuitive. So there's the back deck. I kind of wish that backyard stuff had come out when I'd done this, because I do spend a little time on the backyard, and it would have been nice to have some of the new stuff. So yeah, if you download this, feel free to demolish some of the stuff I put there and put in some of the new stuff from the backyard pack, because I think it would look awesome. And here we are moving to the inside. And this is where things get interesting, I think. Oh, wait. Distracted. There we go. Yeah, because of this courtyard that ends up being here. At first it was just these walls, but it gets better. It gets better. The 2 boxes on the back were always meant to be studio areas for the Sims I'm creating it for. One of the Sims I'm creating it for is like a bodybuilder. Like, not really a bodybuilder, but that's the only option you have for fitness, unless you do wellness, of course. But so they're doing that. So that's got like their punching bag and stuff in it. And then the other Sim is a musician. So that's going to be her music studio, which you will see. And these Sims do not have children yet, but I think they're going to pretty soon. So I went ahead and made 2 bedrooms upstairs, and I do make one of them a children's bedroom, which I'm quite proud of, actually. I really love the kids' bedroom in this house. But you could turn that into anything. Oh, yep, see? There we go. Almost used them, thought against it. Probably should have. I really love them. They make every build better. I do use them later on, though. I use them in the living room. Of course I use them. All right, here we are moving into what is going to be the kitchen. And because the layout inside is so unique, the kitchen is very oddly shaped, but I really love how it turns out. It's just kind of a trick getting it there. I think those fit quite nicely there. And then windows into the little courtyard. And a table fits in there perfectly. So yeah, you have your dining and your kitchen all in one little area there. I like working with small areas and making them work in The Sims 4 because it's so much easier, because your Sims don't need as much don't need as much room to move around as they did in say The Sims 3. So it's a lot easier to fit a lot into a smaller space. I'd love to try a tiny house build. I know James from The Sim Supply does a lot of tiny house builds. I would love to try one. Maybe I'll do that next, because that sounds like a lot of fun. And it would force me to turn move objects on, which I do not often do. I've gotten to the habit of doing it more lately, but it's not something I do by default. I try to keep everything standard in the game, not using any quote-unquote cheats. But move objects is not really all that cheatsy. It's there for a reason, and it makes things easier sometimes. So I may try a tiny house build. Here I'm just fleshing out the kitchen so it's not boring. Putting all the little knickknacks around. And this, I love that tree. I have a feeling I'm going to use that tree a lot. And I don't know what I was doing there. Being way too picky about the knickknacks and where they go and how they look. But I think it's the details that make the build sometimes. And I feel like we're finally getting enough details for kitchens to really make them look kind of lived in and nice. I like that incense burner at the table. I think that really pulls the whole look together. And I use these little fences a lot. The little tiny strip fences I use a lot to separate rooms. This can be handy if you want to share a room to the gallery, but it's got an open doorway or it's an open floor plan. if you use those little fences, you can share it as a room. So that comes in really handy. I just like it because they divide up the space too. They're pretty realistic because most places have like carpet strips in between like carpet and tile and whatnot. And those work perfectly for that. They came with not open for business. Oh gosh. They came with get to work, I think. Is that right? Is that the one that gave us like shops and stuff? Anyway, it came with the one that gave us shops and stuff. All right, here I am shaping the living room, which is going to be the other little corner nook over here. And it is also, quite a small space, but I think it actually works perfectly for a living room. It's not as small as it looks, and everything fits quite nicely. And I'm going for this kind of a dark neutral color palette. I was going to put in some color there, but I use that coffee table a lot. I love the rock coffee table. I think it is fantastic. I really love this living room. I would live in that room, always, never leave. There's some green for some color. I use those bamboos a lot, I think, too. Oh, here we go. I was going to do a painting here, and I was like, oh, painting. Yeah, that'll be nice. Give some more color. And eventually I decide that that painting is not what I want because it deletes right there. If you saw, I thought it was the painting that did it, but I think it was actually the paint on the walls. Deletes that plant that I put there. And when I realized the plant can't go there, I take that painting down. Because the plant can't go there with the painting, and it didn't delete right away for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, see? Won't go. Won't go. Painting has to go. And that is when we use, momentarily, oh, no, not quite right, not quite right. No, still won't go, not quite right. Nah. How about, yes, of course, the chrome bars. Oh, I love you, chrome bars. You're my favorite. It's such a random thing to be like your favorite thing in this game. So here's where I'm fleshing out the stone and where it's going to be in contrast to the plaster. And then I start on the music studio, which is very simple and basic, and it's not even a full music studio since she is going to be a violinist. It's just the violin, but I think it's beautiful. You could use this room for so many things. Chuck out the violin and put anything you want your sim to do in there. It would make a great paint studio. It would be good for so many things. It's such an elegant room in the end. I really love it. Mirror so she can watch herself. So she can watch her form. I'm not sure what form with violin is supposed to be, but I'm sure it's important. It's important with everything. Form is always important. Playing with the color scheme. The white and black was nice, but it does not stay. I really do like it here. It looks nice white and black, but when we get into the floors, it changes dramatically here in a moment. Here we go. Now we're going to go around and do the walls, I think, to kind of go with these beautiful floorboards. Look at those floorboards. Those are amazing. Oh, I didn't change the walls? I thought I changed the walls more than that. Maybe I just changed that middle panel. Not as dramatic as I thought. And here is Iris's sports room, sporting room, fitness room. And I believe the color theme changes in here too. Away from this. Because I didn't like that the floorboards there were in the kitchen. Also, of course, there's a chrome bar there. Oh my god, I forgot I put that there. Kai, you have a problem. You have a problem with chrome bars. I'm gonna need an intervention. That's all there is to it. Of course, your little, juice bar, because when you're in there working out, you're gonna get thirsty and you're gonna just want to sit down and have a little drink so that you'll have your energy back and you can pump some more iron. That's how that works. Here we're doing a little, I guess it's not a reading nook. The other side ends up being a reading nook. This is just a sitting nook. I love the little floor poofs. I would like a floor poof for my actual house, please. One thing about this build is it's hard to maneuver and see what you're doing. With the walls up, it is a little cramped. It's not cramped when the Sims are actually using it, but trying to get screenshots in this was a nightmare. So yeah, you're going to see some terrible screenshots at the end. I mean, I tried to make them as nice and artistically pleasing as I could, but it's really hard to get good angles in there. So a lot of it's high up angles with the walls down. Unfortunately. I did my best. Here is the reading nook. If you don't want the noise of the TV, you can come out here and read a book. Because reading is fundamental. So yeah, and here is where I pull the whole house together with the floor tiles. Yeah. Everything comes together thematically. Yeah, I love how the downstairs turns out. And I think it's the floor and the walls all coming together like that that really make it. I'm not sure what I was doing there. I probably stopped to check my phone. This was a pretty long build. This was like a 3-hour or more build, actually, which is why I was so tired by the time I got done. But yeah, bringing it all together. On the outside, adding some of that stone and some pillars. Kind of pull it all in. I love those pillars, and I like that they light up at the bottom. I like how it looks at night. I wish there were some pillars like that that didn't, but I'll take it. And now we're moving upstairs. I don't know where that wall went. I thought it was in there earlier. Maybe not. There we go. I was just getting floorboards from the downstairs. And if I'd used moved objects there, I could have put all 3 of those doors right there. But it's fine. Here we have the master bedroom, which has a little dressing area here. Which turned out okay. The color scheme I ended up going with is alright, but the swatches aren't quite the right colors for what I was trying to achieve. Honestly, the swatches in game didn't quite allow me to do what I wanted to do, but I think I got close. It's weird that those are the only mirrors that you can put behind things. The ones with the lights, I think it was an afterthought that you should be able to put those other mirrors behind things. So they don't quite work the way I think they probably should. But the ones with the lights do, which is interesting. But I went with these little blue mirrors, and this is where the color scheme started to form in my head with those mirrors. Kind of the, oh, what's that China set? I have a couple pieces of it with the blue. You know the word I'm looking for. It's not cobalt. Yeah. Wedgwood. Got it. It has kind of a Wedgwood feel, like a modern Wedgwood. I tried to keep, so the walls that were stone on the outside were stone on the inside, but it didn't quite feel right in here, having that other stone wall, so I went ahead and plastered over it. And see, it's so hard. It's so hard to see down in these rooms without putting the walls down. But for the layout I was trying to do, I couldn't really put the walls down. So that is why it's a little frustrating. But I think it's coming together with the Wedgwood theme I was kind of going for. And then another mirror over there, and then change these to the same blue. Yep. Went to the darker, went back to the Wedgwood. It's kind of like a cadet blue. That was one of my favorite crayons, and I don't think it exists anymore. Oh, cadet blue. Cadet blue was so pretty. Do you remember cadet blue? And here's our dark little cave of a bedroom. It was a little hard because I picked that green carpet, and I really wanted to stick with the green carpet, but finding a bed that didn't look hideous with the green carpet proved to take a little time. I don't think that's the one I ended up with. I spent a lot of time trying to get this little bed nook right. I think it ends up being nice and dark and cozy though in the end. I paused on the chrome for a minute. Did you see that? Of course I did. This was getting slightly frustrating that I couldn't find anything that looked right here. And then I found these, and they have that same kind of green color, so perfect. Playing with the bed more because I wasn't quite happy with it. I ended up, I think that's what I stick with. I was going to put that mirror there across from the bed, but at some point I realized that the bathroom needs a door. Yeah, right there. Just a pretty little bathroom, kind of going with the same neutral colors as the rest. And that's perfect. Like, I don't know, for some reason that hamper just makes it. It's weird how some of the strangest little details can just take a room from meh to like, oh, yeah, that's cute. And here is the kids' bedroom, which I love. I love the new kids' beds. They're super cute. They have lots of nice, I guess bedspreads over here. I watch a lot of Australian Simmers, so I want to call them duvet covers. But we don't actually call anything a duvet over here. We use bedspreads that don't have covers and then just change them out and wash the whole things, which is actually kind of obnoxious. What's happening in the bedroom right now is not at all what it's going to be. So other than that bed, I even changed sides of the room. Like, the bed's not even going to be on this side of the room. There we go. Here we're getting into where it actually goes. I tried to be very thoughtful in what I placed in this bedroom. I guess I kind of had an idea of what the child that would be sleeping in it was like, and I didn't want to move too far from that idea. The little trash can. Oh, those are the cutest little trash cans. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I really love a lot of the stuff in this new pack. It is great. Here I was just trying to find something that would go there without obscuring the window. I think I end up getting rid of the window because I just can't find anything. And I want there to be a dresser. Or did I stick with that? You know what? I might have stuck with that. Nope. Dresser. That was cute though. I liked that. Oh well. It's gone. Window's gone. Everything's ruined forever. I love the little fairy lights with the pictures. So perfect. I have fairy lights in my bedroom. And of course, void critters. Void critters forever. I love that light too. I use that light a lot. It's supposed to go outside in fountains. It's a fountain light, but it looks great everywhere. Void critters on the walls. Oh, they're so cute. And then I realized that that bathroom also needed a door, and there was no way it was going to go there. So, yeah. Bye-bye dollhouse. Nope, no dollhouse. Dollhouse no longer fits. You can, of course, use move objects to put the door in if you want the dollhouse back. I'm not sure how well that will work, but it's a possibility. You could try it. Trying to find the right little friend to go here. And of course, the sized up little critter there is so perfect. I love this bedroom so much. I would live there now. Yeah. And I got a little weird with the bathroom, as you will see. I kind of fell in love with the whole red theme and went a little crazy with it. And I kept losing the door. Yeah, I have a thing where I cannot put the shower not with the faucet against a wall because it's just so unrealistic any other way. So that's why I had to move everything around. And then momentarily I found the thing that I actually have done this in other builds, the thing I'm about to put in this bathroom. Yep, skeleton in the bathroom. That's because my bathroom actually has a skull theme. My shower curtain is skulls. I have a skeleton sticker, one of those big wall stickers. It was for Halloween, but it's just a skeleton on the wall. I have a skeleton floor mat on the floor. I think because my bathroom is done in skeletons, I just gravitate toward skeleton bathrooms. I think it's a great theme for a bathroom. And here's the guest bathroom because, you don't want to go into either of the bedrooms to use a bathroom. And I'm sure these Sims are going to have guests occasionally. So just popping in a small bathroom here, which came together pretty quick. and then figuring out what to do with the space. I thought a bar, since it goes out onto that back patio, but I didn't like the spacing on the bar, and I wasn't sure I wanted there to be a bar on the inside here anyway, right there next to the kids' room. That seemed a little weird. So fish is not weird at all. Okay, and then what I do out here actually changes between here and the screenshots, the final screenshots. I add a lot to this. And the reason for that is because those were actually cutting up into the roof, and I didn't realize it. So I take those out and I replace them with some of the wall things from the restaurant pack, and get a little more elaborate up on that little wellness balcony. So you will see that in the screenshots. I love how these little hedges look back here. I think that's super cute. The back patio changes some too between here and the screenshots. And here we have a little kids play area over here, which you could replace with a water slide if you'd like, or if you don't have kids in your game, you could replace with all sorts of things. This side yard has endless possibilities, but this is what I went with. Unfortunately, I could not do the fence around the chip, which made me sad, because that needs too much space, and I didn't have enough space to widen it any. So there is no border around the chip. I thought about a tent over here. I thought about a lot of things. Oh, you know what I would do? I would totally replace that with the big table from Backyard Stuff. Oh, I can't wait to use that big table. How excited are you for the 6-person table? If you play The Sims, that's super exciting because we haven't had a 6-person table yet that is round. And now we have a backyard patio table that is 6-person and round. And that opens up so many possibilities. Hopefully they do like a regular dining table and really move forward with that, because that would be super exciting. I'm trying to figure out what to do with the patio. Like I say, I figure it out. Once I start playing this house a little bit, I figure out just some more things that I can pop in and kind of complete it, which you'll see in the screenshots. I decided this needed lights because it's a kids' play area, and if they want to play out here at night, it needs to be lit up, of course. I've got a build I'm working on that's really interesting as far as kids go. I'm doing a rec center. It's turned out to be a much bigger build than I anticipated, so it's going to take a little more time, but I'm super excited to share that with you. It says it's a swimming pool, but it's a rec center. It's got like a void critters area and video games and a large outdoor play area, and just all sorts of things for your Sims to come and do to get their fun and their social up. Here we have one of those little mini lap pools, which is going to become in a minute. Right now it's much larger. And so that was okay, but I don't know. The edges didn't look right, and I didn't think they would actually be able to get in the pool with that. So yeah, back to the drawing board. Nope. And there we go. Just the little, these are really popular in like really high-end houses, I think, just to have a little like pool that you can just lap back and forth in. So that's kind of what I went for. And then they even had the lane markers, so you can make it look totally authentic. There we go, right there. Thought that was super cool. Look at that. That looks super official. So yeah, so for my little fitness sim who lives here, that will be perfect. Just making some last minute adjustments, putting in some pathways, figuring out what I want them to be. I think this backyard looks awesome. How cool would it be for that to be your backyard? I would never go anywhere else. I would just spend all my time in the backyard. Yeah, I'm trying to finish up the landscaping. Landscaping is where I don't really shine. A lot of times it's just thrown in like this, and it's something that I need to get better on. Some builds are very landscape extensive, but I don't know, with rocks and trees and plants and things, I just don't spend a whole lot of time on them usually. So here we are going into the screenshots. Look at that. I love that. I love the way the bottom floor of this house looks. That is super great. I love the colors. I love the layout. I love everything about that. See, that's the backyard to begin with, and you will see in later screenshots it changes. And here are all my awkward inside screenshots. I did the best I could. I think I got some pretty shots, but they were really hard to get. And not all of them are pretty. Like that. But it gives you a good idea about what the space looks like. Oh, isn't that pretty? It's so elegant in there. I love it. I love it. So pretty. There we go. I guess maybe all I added was that. Oh, and there's the top wellness. I like that shot. That would be a fun room to live in. The best shot I could get there. The best shot I could get there. So hard to get into these small spaces with the camera. And I'm just not good with the Sims 3 camera, honestly. Love that bedroom. That was the best shot I could get of that. So yeah, we're coming to the end of the screenshots. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah. There we go. So thank you, and I am excited to build for you again soon.